Yeah.
Kaya niya. Okay na?
Wait. I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to go there. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the 69th graduation ceremonies of the Basic Education Division of the Philippine Women's University Grade School of the Jose Abad Santos Memorial School, Quezon City. Today, as we gather to honor and celebrate the remarkable achievements of our grade 6 students, we take this moment to reflect on the journey that has led them here, to recognize the hard work, dedication, and perseverance demonstrated by our candidates for graduation. The processional. The PWU JASMS faculty, the grade 6 advisor, Miss Emelita R. Silvano. Candidates for graduation, led by Rosario Carmencita R. Mendoza. We come to salute you today. You're the dearest alma mater, fairest alma mater. We are very proud of you. Oh, Philippine, we meant you. Before we should bid fairly well, we will sing in tears and laughter. Development Office, and a beloved Miss Erica Barreto, JASMS alumni parent, grade 6, JASMS Manila Batch 1999. Miss Ruth A. Peñano, Director of PWU Alumni Relations and Development Office, and a beloved alumna herself. The administrators, Miss Eleanor J. Villasoto, Student Activity Coordinator. Mr. Mark Paul G. Fulgencio, Grade School Coordinator. Miss Angelina C. Buenaventura, High School Coordinator. Miss Christina L. Candelaria, Bed Registrar. Mr. Norman A. Ramirez, Character Formation Head. Miss Diana Cynthia G. Gutierrez, Principal. Miss Remedios H. Cruz, Basic Education Executive Director. The University Officials, Mr. Al Broderick Veray, AVP for Facilities Management and Services. Mr. Jose Alfredo Benitez Reyes, Vice President for External Affairs. Miss Pia R. Mendoza, Visual Artist and Art Educator, Parent Guest Speaker. Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez, President, Philippine Women's University. May we request everyone to please rise for the entrance of colors, to be followed by the doxology, to be led by Rafael Alonso D. Casilag, and the Philippine National Anthem to be conducted by Mr. Russell Castro, and accompanied by the Grade 6 Hidalgo Angklung and Flute Ensemble. Bring in the colors!
Loving Lord, thank you for the gift of life, for the truth and the light that guide us each day. Thank you for loving us, protecting us, and holding us close, especially in times when we feel unsure. We thank you for the blessings you shower upon us, for our families, teachers, friends, and for all the lessons we have learned in school. Thank you for giving us hope, faith, peace, and grace. As we move on to a new chapter in our lives, in good times and in challenges, remind us that you are always with us. Keep us safe, lead us in the right path, and bless us with grateful hearts. As we graduate today, we offer everything back to you with thankful hearts and joyful spirits. Amen.
You may now be seated to officially begin our program. Let us welcome the graduating class as they perform a special song. This performance reflects their journey, dreams, and gratitude as they take the next step toward a new chapter in their lives. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
We've come so far, now the day is here. Memories made, and the world so clear. Through the throes we rode, now we're standing at the edge of a brand new day. So strong, we're ready now. Where we've been, hearts so bold and dreams that flow. Here's who we are. Road ahead, chase every star. Heart is ready, ground is our heads. A new beginning starts to set. Got our story, make it shine. Together forever, across all time.
Through the doors we walk, our paths untold, with the courage to be brave and the strength to hold.
We'll face what comes, we'll stand so strong. No matter where life leads, we'll give it our all. This is the time we'll rise and fly. With every dream we'll touch the sky. We've learned, we've loved, we've grown. Now we know we're never alone. Across all time. To our beloved parents, University President Mr. Marco Alfredo Benitez, Principal Miss Diana Gutierrez, our Grade 6 Advisor, Teacher Emmy Silvano, grade school teachers, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon. I am Kayla. I studied at JASMS Manila when I was grades 1 and 2. When my parents moved to Quezon City, I later transferred to Jose Abad Santos Memorial School. Quezon City. When I was in grade 5. Today I am tasked to introduce our first batch of speakers. Our first speaker is Rosario Carmencita R. Mendoza, whom we fondly call Rio. Once a timid girl, Rio gradually discovered and developed her leadership potential. In her talk, Breaking Out of My Shell, How I Discovered My Leadership Potential, she will share her journey from being a shy to becoming a confident and supportive leader. Our second speaker is Gabriela Marie D. Beduya, who is known as Maggie by our class. Maggie has a deep love for history, especially the history of the Philippines. In her talk, Walking with the Past, Our Love for History and What It Taught Me, she will share how learning about the past has shaped her understanding of the present. Let us all welcome our first batch of speakers, Rosario Mendoza and Gabriela Beduya.
Breaking out of my shell, how I discovered my leadership potential. Good afternoon to our respected PWU President, Mr. Marcos Alfredo Benitez, administrators, beloved teachers, proud parents, and my fellow graduates. I have always admired older students. Their patience, communication skills, and leadership truly fascinated me. During my first year in the school, I was shy and often quiet. I felt overwhelmed in a new learning environment because I had been homeschooled before 4th grade. On Teacher's Day in grade 4, I first began to truly admire the older students. Some grade 6 and grade 12 students became our student teachers. They could make the class quiet without shouting. They guided us with patience and understanding. I was amazed. They were still students, yet they handled our class responsibly, just like real teachers. I asked myself, how can they do that? Can I ever become like them? Responsible, cooperative, and a leader too? In grade 6, I finally had the chance to experience that responsibility. I became a student teacher during Teacher's Day. Standing in the teacher's shoes was exhausting, but also fulfilling. Seeing the younger students smile and enjoy learning made me truly happy. That was when I realized something important. Leaders can be both born and developed. And sometimes, one leader inspires another to grow. Leaders exist in our daily lives, our teachers, family members, and even friends. We may not always notice their leadership, but they make our lives easier. Sometimes we take them for granted. We should learn to appreciate them. During grade 4, my advisor, Teacher Janet, suggested that I run for the student council as the grade 5 batch representative. I was curious but hesitant. I still joined the election. When I first introduced myself to the whole school, I felt nervous. Yet at the same time, I felt a spark inside of me. And then I won. Becoming a student council member in 2024 to 2025 was my first real leadership role. I learned many lessons and slowly became less shy and more confident. However, I was still afraid to talk to the older student council members because they had higher positions. In my second year, I became the assistant environmentalist. One student council member, who is also my friend, helped me realize something. We're not just officers, we're also friends. That realization changed me. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I started asking questions, sharing ideas, and speaking more freely. I learned to treat everyone as equals. Children our age often ask questions. One question stayed in my mind: what makes a good leader? I learned that leadership is not about being the most popular, loudest, or the smartest. True leadership is kindness in action. It's inviting the classmate standing outside of the circle. It's respecting someone who likes different things: sports, coding, art, or books. Leadership is also listening to others' ideas and understanding their perspectives. Sometimes their ideas spark yours, and sometimes yours helps them grow. Friendship played an important role in my journey. During one group project, my group mates gave me too much work. I felt overwhelmed but tried to handle everything alone. Because I was the leader, it became too difficult. Later, during a guidance session about conflict resolution, Teacher Doreen asked what we should do if one member carried all the work and the others had little participation. My classmate answered, divide the work equally. That simple answer changed my thinking. Leadership does not mean doing everything alone. It means sharing responsibility. I messaged my assistant leader and we divided the task fairly. After that, our group worked smoothly and happily. That experience taught me to listen before deciding. Leadership is not about control. It's about guiding others and helping them grow. That was another moment I broke out of my shell. Breaking out of my shell did not mean changing who I am. It meant believing I don't have to do everything alone. From older students to student council to my classmates, I discovered not only leadership but my own potential. Thank you and good afternoon.
Walking with the past, my love of history and what it taught me. Good afternoon, President Marco, Teacher Diane, Teacher Emmy, our grade 6 teachers, my fellow classmates, and our dear parents. Today, we're celebrating our graduation. We're not only stepping forward into junior high school, we're also walking with the lessons of our past. One of the greatest learned in Aling Palipunan is the true meaning of our nation's history. Through the story of the past, we discovered how precious freedom really is and how much sacrifices was made to achieve it. Our teachers, especially Teacher Emmy, guide us in understanding how our heroes did not fight with weapons, but also with their words, wisdom, and courage. We learned that our ancestors weren't brave warriors, but loving sons and daughters. They endured pain, faced danger, and risked their lives for the future generations, for us, so that today we live, learn, and speak freely because of Stan. We stand here enjoying the freedom they once dreamed of. Reflecting on their sacrifices, I found myself asking, what can I do for my country? That simple question changed the way I see my responsibilities, not only as a student, but as a Filipino. Our teachers taught us about the leaders of our country. They helped us to understand the good things they did for our nation, but also the mistake and their poor decisions they made. We learned that while many leaders brought progress and positive changes, others made choices that greatly affect our country in difficult ways. Today, in 2026, we continue to feel the effects of the decisions made by our past leaders. History taught us that leadership truly matters and every choice carries consequences. What leaders decide today can shape the lives generations tomorrow. And so, part of this graduation, may we choose to lead with integrity and serve with compassion and act with courage. Because one day, the future will look back at us and hope we can say proudly, also, we did our part for our country. Our teachers taught us that history is not about memorizing dates, but understanding how as Filipinos. Appreciation of our history deepened, and so our sense and identity naturalism. Okay, then. Even if many of us speaks English often than Filipino, our love of history, country, is not measured by language we use, but by the values we uphold and actions we take. Showing respect to others, following the rules in schools and in our communities, and listening to our parents, we already express our love for our country with those simple, meaningful actions. Help us into responsible citizens and future voters who will make wise and thoughtful decisions. With grateful hearts, we thank our teachers, our classmates, our parents, and most of all, God, for guiding us into an important milestone. As we step into junior high school, may we carry with us the wisdom of our past and continue to work together in shaping brighter future for our country. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Khalil Christian Cuenca. It is my pleasure to introduce our second batch of speakers. Each of them carries a story of perseverance, growth, and determination. Our first speaker is Luis Rafael D. Semifrania, a true-blooded JASMS student. Luis has been the part of our school community since nursery. He is very good in mathematics, and science is his favorite subject. He loves to explore, experiment, and analyze concepts, just like the activities we have done in our math and science classes. Through exploring, experimenting, and solving problems, we learn and grow, and Luis truly embodies his journey. He has grown not only as a student, but also as a person. He is a responsible and effective leader who guides his group in completing tasks in an organized and efficient manner. Today, he'll share his journey in a speech entitled Exploring, Experimenting, and Solving, My Growth Through Science and Math. Elixir Balachano, fondly known as Alex. Alex is a part of the Learning Support Program of JASMS, which have helped nurture his rules. He continues to grow and improve each day. Through inclusive education, we have strengths and abilities. He is a talented student who is able to manage his tasks with minimal supervision. While he sometimes needs gentle reminders to consistently follow, Classroom witness how it empowers every student to believe in themselves and succeed. Alex will share his inspiring story in a speech called Different But Equal, how inclusive education helped me keep up and believe in myself. Thank you, and I hope you listen with open heart as our classmates share their inspiring journeys. Please give them a warm applause. Thank you.
Solving problems, discovering answers, and developing character. Good afternoon, dear parents, guests, and my fellow graduates. I'm Luis Rafael D. Semifrania, and today I would like to share how JASMS has made learning math and science fun, meaningful, and truly important in my life. When I was younger, I thought math was just about numbers. But in JASMS, I learned that it was really about thinking clearly and solving problems. I use math every day. I count how many classmates are present. I make sure I pack enough socks for a trip. I even count how many pillows I need. For the record, I need at least 3. When I buy something, I use addition and subtraction to check my change. When I share food or screen time with my brother, I use division and fractions to make sure it is fair. Even in games, I check percentages to help improve my playstyle. Through these simple moments, I realized that math helps me become logical, organized, and fair in my decisions. But JASMS did not just teach me how to compute. It also helped me understand how the world works through science. Science became real during our EPP project on food preservation. I made pineapple jam. I had to compute the right amount of sugar and understand how heat affects food. I learned that temperature, measurement, and timing all matter. Too much heat or too little sugar can completely change the result. That experience showed me that cooking and baking are like actual science experiments. You need accurate measurements, the right procedure, and careful observation. Otherwise, what you make might turn out tasting like rubber, and nobody wants that. I mean, unless you do. Science also helped me understand myself. We understand how bodies grow and change. I realized that rest, nutrition, and balance are all important. I learned that getting enough sleep helps me focus and think clearly. Science taught me that taking care of my health is just as important as solving equations. As I learned math and science, I began to notice something more important. These subjects were not only teaching me skills, they were also teaching me values. In our Math Community 3D project, we worked as a team. We had to listen to one another, share ideas, and respect each other's opinions. I learned that problem solving is not only about getting the right answer, but to also work together. Our teachers guided us to be patient when experiments did not work, honest when checking our computations, and responsible when handling materials. They reminded us that mistakes are not failures, they are opportunities to learn. Most importantly, we were taught that everyone deserves the chance to learn and grow. As Ms. Doreen Gamboa once said, every child deserves a chance to learn. In JASMS, we truly see that in action through encouragement, guidance, and equal opportunities. Because of JASMS, math taught me to think clearly, science taught me to stay curious, and our teachers taught me to have character. As we move forward to the next chapter of our lives, I will not carry with me not only formulas and experiments, but also the confidence to solve problems, the curiosity to explore, and the values that will guide my decisions. Thank you, JASMS, for making learning meaningful, and congratulations to us all graduates.
Different but equal. How inclusive education helped me keep up and believe in myself. Good day to our teachers, parents, classmates, and honored guests. My name is Elix, and today I am proud and happy to stand before you as a grade 6 student of JASMS. I was diagnosed with autism level 2 when I was almost 4 years old, and with ADHD when I was 9 years old. This means I learn differently and sometimes need extra support or time, but it also means that I have my own strengths. Before coming to JASMS, I studied in 4 different schools. On the day my family first came here, I had just been denied by another school nearby. On the way home, my tatay and nanay prayed and asked God to lead us to the right place. That prayer led us to JASMS. Here, I did not feel in a bad way. I felt accepted and included. JASMS gave me a chance to discover my talents. One of my favorite memories is playing the drums during music hour and Perla's concert. Music helped me express myself and gave me more confidence. I'm also thankful for my classmates who helped me during group work, talked with me, and treated me like a friend. Thank you for your patience and kindness. I would like to thank the Learning Support Program and our LS teachers. Because of you, students like me were able to keep up, gain confidence, and believe that we belong. For learners like me, positive reinforcement is not just praise. It is encouragement that reminds us that we are capable. Thank you to all my teachers for your patience, understanding, and gentle guidance. Because of you, I experienced many firsts, including dancing with my classmates during our field demonstrations. You helped me grow not only academically but personally. At JASMS, I learned important values, belonging, patience, respect, confidence, and kindness. I learned that being different does not make me less. I am different but equal. Thank you to our principal, Ms. Diana Gutierrez, and our university president, Mr. Marco Alfredo and Benitez, for supporting inclusive education. Most of all, thank you to my family, my Tate JV, and Nanay Arnie for your love and support. You reminded me that asking for help is okay. As I finish grade 6, I am proud of how far I have come. I reached this milestone because of a school that believes in inclusion and believes in students like me. We may be different, but we are equal, and we are ready for the next chapter of our journey. Thank you and congratulations to all of us.
faltered, you drew me on. When I doubted, you believed in me. I was lost before you showed the You believed in me and told me every day your action showed me. You don't know how much that meant to me.
Pick me up when I fell through the cracks. Gave me hope despite how odds were stacked. I stood tall because you had my back.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry. I am Marie Sabine Liu, having recently joined JASMS this year. It is my honor to introduce our third batch of speakers, Adriel Elaine Ramos and Licat Maria Capistrano, true JASMS homegrown talents. First, we have Elaine. Elaine has been part of her community since grade 1, and over the years, she has truly embodied what it means to be a jazzmite, whether expressing herself through the strings of her violin or excelling in her favorite subjects, Filipino, English, and values. She brings passion and dedication to everything she does. In fact, her love for learning is so strong that she doesn't have a least favorite subject. What Elaine treasures most about JASMS is its heart. She values how the school ensures no one is left behind and how it continuously instills important values in every student.
For Elaine, JASMS is more than just a school. It has been a life-changing journey that shaped her character and taught her that living out these values is the most important lesson of all. Today, Elaine will share her love for books and reading, and how passion has shaped her learning. Let us give a warm welcome to Adrielle Elaine. Do I continue? Next, we have the cat. The cat joined JASM's family in 2019 as a senior kinder student, now 11 years old. She has grown into a student with many talents. She can sing, play instruments, and is even quite flexible, but her creativity shines brightest through her drawing. While many find numbers challenging, the cat embraces them with enthusiasm. As mathematics is her favorite subject, she believes that even when problems seem difficult at first, all it takes is the heart to learn. True to the JASM spirit, she also does not have a least favorite subject. What the cat loves most about JASMs is the community. The wonderful people she meets every day. For her, JASMS has opened doors to meaningful friendships and the support environment with unique individuals. Today, the cat will share her journey and her experience, her life in JASMS. Let us give a big round of applause for our talented and math-loving friend, the cat.
Through books and reading, how reading shaped my learning. Teachers, parents, and my fellow graduates, good afternoon. My name is Adrielle Elaine Ramos. Today, as we graduate, I would like to reflect on how one book has become the spark that shaped me and my learning journey. The first book that truly sparked my love for reading was a book about respect. The characters in the book were being taught by their parents to always be polite and kind to their elders. I remember that it taught me to always be respectful. Ever since I finished reading that book, I have tried my best to be polite to everyone. I felt happy and proud since I tried my best. And that lesson from the book has stuck to me until now. From my earliest days in school until now, books have always been a part of my journey. My parents always made sure there were books available for me and my siblings. When I ran out of my favorite new ones, I simply reread it again and again. That was just the beginning of how books shaped my learning. When I first started reading, I discovered that I loved short fantasy stories, especially ones about fairies and princesses. I was also drawn to stories where characters face disagreements, but resolved them using values like honesty, kindness, and forgiveness. Those lessons stayed with me in times when I had disagreements with my siblings, and I learned to forgive and apologize them kindly and honestly. Books helped me understand their perspective and feelings. Since books taught me values early in life, I learned about values ranging from simple ones like respect to deeper virtues like compassion and empathy, before we were formally introduced to the topic in the later years. When I encountered it again at school, it felt so familiar and I was able to catch up easily. Books also helped me grow in confidence. Books also helped me grow in confidence. When I was younger, I read books with lessons about courage and self-belief. Although applying those lessons was not easy, I challenged myself to step out of my comfort zone. In 4th grade, I avoided activities that required speaking. I disliked group projects and recitations. Looking back, I remember that I would always stutter a lot since I got frightened by the thought of being judged. And I always hoped that teachers wouldn't call me to speak. But slowly, I learned to adapt. Even if I still feel nervous at times, I am now willing to take the challenge and face my fears. Books do not just improve vocabulary or academic skills, they also build courage if we are willing to practice what we learn. Academically, books became my support system during difficult times. When I first joined JASMS, I grew apart from reading for quite a while since I opened my mind to try new activities. I was easily distracted, and this resulted me to struggle in subjects like math, science, and AP. I was told by my parents that reading strengthens focus, so since I strive to improve my grades and my focus, I read. I read books with the topics I struggle with and short fairy tales as well, so I wouldn't be limited to only those subjects. I started to return to reading regularly. I gradually improved both my grades and focus. In 4th and 5th grade, I rediscovered the library. After transitioning from online to face-to-face classes, I made time to borrow books. I borrowed around 5 or 6 books each year, including the Dark Diary series by Rachel Renee Russell and other fiction stories. Among all the books I borrowed, my favorite has always been the Dark Diary series. I have been reading this series since 4th grade. As of now, I don't borrow books so often anymore since I visit bookstores quite frequently and I have my own books. But even if I borrowed books or brought my own, I was always very eager to read. I tried to finish my assignments faster just to have time for books. Reading became both my motivation and my reward. Perhaps the biggest impact that reading had on me was my improvement in the Filipino subject. I noticed that it was my weakness. I always took a long time to pronounce words in Filipino, but with reading, I was able to improve my pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary. Through consistent reading and studying, I gradually improved. As of now, I can speak smoothly and clearly. This showed me that determination and patience is all I really needed if I strive to improve. Throughout my whole JASMS journey, reading has always been my constant companion. For me, books are not just paper and ink, they are keys to finding who you are, helping you to broaden your horizon and deepen your understanding of life. Today, as we graduate and open a new chapter in our lives, may all the lessons we have learned be deeply ingrained in our hearts, whether they are from our teachers, books, or from us. Thank you.
My life in JASMS. Mr. Marco Benitez, the president of our dear Philippine Women's University, Ms. Diana Gutierrez, our amazing principal at JASMS Quezon City, Teacher Emmy Silvano, our very caring class advisor, to all our honored guests, parents, fellow graduate, teachers, to all our honored guests, parents, teachers, fellow graduates, friends, and loved ones. Good morning, good afternoon, and thank you for being here today with us. I have been studying in JASM since I was in kindergarten. It has become a place where I feel safe and cared for. It is our second home, where teachers and school staff care for us and ensure our growth. And you, my friends and classmates, are like my family. Though I may feel tired or scared when I go to school, I feel calm as soon as I enter the classroom. In JASMS, I learned a lot of things, but the most valuable thing I learned was how important communication is. Without communication, everything can go wrong, especially in a group project. Each member of the group will be doing their own thing, and some will even be distracted by other stuff, and we won't be able to accomplish our work in time. It is hard to choose a few moments that made studying in JASM so memorable for me, because everything made me happy and gave me lots of memories that I love dearly. But one of the most memorable parts of studying at JASMS was most definitely our school fair. The JASMS fair is most memorable to me because there are always fun booths, and I always meet new people from the booths. I also enjoy bailing out my friends from the jail booth because some of them look like high schoolers. Thankfully, they removed the ability to arrest elementary students. Another memorable moment I had was the school concert. Even if I only went to 2 school concerts, I know they're all so amazing. The first concert I went to was the concert on the last day of the Marahuyo Fair last year. The special guests, Noah Alejandre and Loena, were really good singers. The students who also performed at the concert were very good. were also very good. Now I understand why they got accepted. It was a happy moment for me as I spent time with my friends. I'm grateful for my friends and classmates because I learned and grew up with them. I have classmates since kindergarten who are still with me today, like Luis, Kalel, and Ethan. And of course, we have classmates who already left and who I miss a lot, like Yesha. I appreciate all of them, all of you who are graduating with me today, because you all left a mark with me. I can't talk about how each of you are special to me in this speech, but let me say this one thing. Every single one of you has a spark, a potential that isn't fully released yet. You all have your own own hobbies and your own talents. You all have a personality that is ready to help others in different ways. Thank you, my dear classmates. Thank you for bringing the joy within me. I'm also really grateful for my teachers across the years. They taught me many different and wonderful things, and these things I learned go beyond the academic stuff, but are lessons in life. Teacher Marie Poblete from first grade taught me to always be kind to others. From teacher Emmy Achavia, who taught me from grades 4 to 6. I learned to not be a bad sport whenever I lose a game or don't get what I want. And from all my teachers across the years, through the years, I learned to persevere and be resilient, to not give up even if things are difficult. One of my favorite teachers was Teacher Venus because I loved her way of teaching. She was patient and understanding with her students and taught me and my classmates in a way we understand. She was really sweet and cheerful. Unfortunately, Teacher Venus is not with us anymore. I miss her every time I look at the subjects Filipino and Araling Panlipunan. JASMS QC has helped me shape who I am today. It helped build my confidence to say what I think and feel and to do what is needed, rather than bring me down and pick on my mistakes. My teachers gently guided me towards the right direction. My classmates and friends in school are fun to talk to, and we help each other out instead of pulling each other down. I believe that the school fosters the right environment which builds confidence in its children. JASMS also taught me the importance of respect. Respect is not only about being courteous to teachers and other older people in school. It is also about being kind and considerate to my classmates and peers. Respect begins with understanding other people and their situation. I've learned to love my classmates who are neurodivergent. Sometimes they might do something that isn't good, but I know they probably did not mean it. But more than that, I've learned to appreciate the different talents and gifts that they can offer to this world. As we graduate today, I once again want to say thank you to my teachers and classmates and the rest of the JASMS QC community. Thank you for teaching me and all of us graduating today how to communicate, to respect and be kind to one another, and to lift each other up as we learn and grow. Farewell, and have a good afternoon, JASMS.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jenkin Manaloto. I tasked to introduce our parents' guest speaker. Miss Pia Mendoza is a proud Filipina artist who loves telling stories through mixed media, which is just a fancy way of saying she creates beautiful things using all sorts of different materials. When she is in her studio making art, she is an art educator, helping students find their own creative spark. She's also served as a civic leader, working hard to make her a community a better place for everyone. But if you ask her what her favorite job is, she tell you it's being a wife and a mother. She has 4 vibrant and smart children who, just like you and me, are proud students here at JASMS QC. She is here today to remind you that life is like a canvas and you have the power to paint it with as much color and imagination as you want. Please welcome our parents' guest speaker for today, Miss Pia Rivera Mendoza.
Thank you, Kian. Thank you for that very heartwarming introduction. Good afternoon to our Philippine Women's University JASMS QC family. To my fellow educators, my co-parents, and to our dearest graduates of Grade 6 Hidalgo. I feel very honored to be speaking in front of all of you today because today is such an important day. I share your immense pride and I feel your mixed emotions. I think we just need to embrace the fact that today is the end of an old chapter, but it's also the beginning of a new one, something that is just about to unfold. Actually, today is the beginning of a new chapter in all of our personal journeys as members of JASMS community. You know, we are living in such challenging times, and now more than ever, we need to go back to our roots. The Filipino value of pakikipagkapwa-tao is one of the most important ingredients in navigating life's challenges. Pakikipagkapwa-tao is your Filipino heart saying, I see myself in you. It means that we don't leave anyone behind. It means that we celebrate each other's wins. So while you are all just dreaming big, busy working hard to reach your life goals, remember, be kind, and stay humble. Because success is not measured by awards or status. True success is seen in your ability to lift up your community, to influence your peers, to choose to do what is honest, simple, kind, and true. So use your voice to speak goodness. Use your mind and your hands to create your best work. So before you walk out of this gym and become certified graduates, I invite our grade 6 Hidalgo students to please stand up and practice a simple chant of affirmations inspired by the words of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. I will be here so your parents can see all of you. So to Kayla, Clara, Elaine, Likha, Maggie, Rio, Sabine, Alonso, Ethan. Where's Ethan? Elix, Kian, Kalel, Lucas, Luis, Riley, and Zian. This is my challenge to you. I will say each line of affirmation and I want you to say it back to me so loud and clear. I want the entire barangay Bahay Toro and the universe to hear all of us. Okay? Are you ready? All right. I am somebody. I am kind. I am willing to learn. I have a voice. I have big dreams. I am somebody. We are ready. Congratulations, grade 6 Hidalgo. You are our future. Continue being brave, be kind, and always look out for each other. Congratulations. Good afternoon to all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Pia, for your inspiring message. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to a significant moment in our program, the presentation of the graduating class. Our esteemed principal, Ms. Diana Cynthia G. Gutierrez, will formally present the graduating class to our university president, Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez.
Will grade 6 Hidalgo class please rise?
Sir, it is my distinct honor to present to you the members of the grade 6 class who have successfully fulfilled all academic requirements and demonstrated the competencies prescribed by the Department of Education. Having completed their elementary education with diligence and growth, they are now prepared to advance with confidence to the next stage of their academic journey.
Thank you, Teacher Diane. Grade 6 students, upon the recommendation of your teachers and principal, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of PWU and the Department of Education, it is my great pleasure to declare you graduates of the grade school program. With pride and celebration, I now present to you your certificates, signifying the successful completion of all your requirements and the beginning of an exciting new chapter in your educational journey. Congratulations.
Awarding of diplomas by Mr. Marco Alfredo Moya Benitez and Principal Mrs. Diana Gutierrez, assisted by the JASMS Registrar, Ms. Cristina L. Candelaria.
Kalel Christian J. Cuenca. That's yours. Gabriela Marie D. Beduya. Nacho F. D. Rosario Carmencita R. Mendoza. Rafael Alonso D. Casilag. Adriel Elaine I. Ramos. Clara Feliz G. Tamayo. Marie Sabine S. Lu. Lucas G.N. A. De Leon. Ezequiel Elixir Z. Valenciano. Ethan James S. Gadi. Unica Victoria Lauren B. Decena. Luis Rafael B. Semefrania. Likha Maria M. Capistrano. And Riley Miguel E. Urbano.
Thank you, Mr. Benitez, Ms. Gutierrez, and Mrs. Candelaria. This graduation ceremony would not be complete without the inspiring words of the President of Philippine Women's University. To formally introduce him, I now call on Riley Miguel E. Urbano.
Good day, distinguished guests of honor, dear administrators, teachers, parents, and friends. I, Riley Miguel Urbano, is honored to introduce our guest speaker on this momentous occasion. no other than our PWU president. I first know about him when I was in grade 1 and it was pandemic. He always joins and listens to our online presentations during class curriculum day and gives speeches for school activities. I first met him in person in grade 3 when I showed the Filipino delicacy I cooked. And I first engaged in conversation with him when I presented my grade 4 science investigatory project. Our president has a very engaging personality, and I always look forward to presenting to him during curriculum days and SIPs. When teacher Emmy Silvano told my parents that I'll be introducing our president, I felt excited to introduce a great role model on this special day, but at the same time, nervous that I may not be able to introduce him properly because I don't know him that much personally. With perseverance, I did my best to get to know him, and it is my honor to share them with you. Our president has an outstanding educational background. He graduated class valedictorian and an academic gold medalist in Paref South Ridge School, Muntinlupa City, for his secondary education. He earned his certificate Bachelor of Science in Management Engineering degree from the Ateneo de Manila University and his Master's in Business Administration from the Ateneo Graduate School of Business. Apart from his formal degrees, he has also completed executive programs on education, leadership, and data analytics from the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy, National University of Singapore in 2023. More recently, he earned his certificate of leadership and management from the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School of Business in partnership with the Commission on Higher Education in December of 2024. Not only is our president good with academics, but an achiever in sports, most especially in basketball, a champion and team captain of the Ateneo Blue Eagles in 2002 and played there for 4 years. His dedication to share his knowledge of the game is shown in his tenure as coach for the Alaska Summer Power Camp and the Junior NBA Philippines program from 2011 to 2016, as well as team manager of the UAAP Juniors Champion Ateneo High School basketball team from 2008 to 2015. His love for basketball is in full display as a sportscaster and basketball analyst for ABS-CBN Sports for 11 years. From 2009 to 2020, covering FIBA Basketball World Cup, the UAAP, the ASEAN Basketball League, and the Philippine Collegiate Champions League. He is also the host for sports shows, The Score, Road to Johannesburg and Touchline, and Game Day with Boom. Our president's credentials prior to becoming the university president is immense. He has served as president of Unlad Resources Development Corporation, managed various real estate and service companies for over 15 years. He joined the PWU Board of Directors in 2016 and engaged in the operations of PWU as Executive Vice President in 2018. Concurrent with his duties at PWU, he served as the Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities, first Vice President and Chair of the Membership Committee from 2022 to 2024, and second Vice President, PR Committee Chair from 2020 to 2022. He also served as President of South Manila Educational Consortium, a consortium composed of 13 universities along Taft Avenue, Manila, from 2019 to 2021. In one of his interviews, he said that the first thing he does when he wakes up is to pray, to be thankful for all the blessings, health, and family. This shows he is religious and family-oriented. He also said in the same interview that one of his priorities as president is to deliver quality education. With all of these credentials, achievements, and great personality, makes me proud to have him as our president and to be part of PWU JASMS. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it was a great pride and honor to introduce our Philippine Women's University President, Mr. Marco Alfredo Moya Benitez.
Thank you. Please take your seats. Thank you, Riley, for the very flattering introduction. Good afternoon to our esteemed university officials, our JASMS administrators, of course, led by Principal Diane Gutierrez, our parent guest, Ms. Pia Mendoza, our hardworking faculty, our parents, guests, and members of the JASMS community, and of course, our graduating class of 2026. Today is a day of celebration. To our grade 6 students, congratulations on reaching this meaningful milestone. You're now closing one chapter of your journey and preparing to step into a new and exciting one. And while today is about moving forward, it is also a moment to pause and to reflect on what you have truly gained during your elementary years here in JASMS. Because yes, over the past years, you have learned many things. You have learned math, science, history and social studies, reading, language, music and the arts, values, and in the process, developed your interpersonal and leadership skills. You have taken tests, worked on projects, collaborated with classmates, served your community through the feeding program, and grown through both successes and challenges. But today I want to remind you of something important. The most important lessons you learned here are not just the ones written in your notebooks or taught in your classrooms. The most important lessons are the ones that have shaped how you think, how you act, and who you are becoming. When you studied math, you were not just solving equations or finding the right answer, nor were you learning addition and subtraction to check that you have the right change when you buy something, or percentages and division to better allocate food and screen time with your siblings, as Luis mentioned earlier. You were learning how to think clearly and logically. You were learning patience, because not every problem is solved right away. And you were learning perseverance, because sometimes you have to try again and again and again. Similarly, when you explored science, you were not just memorizing facts about the world, nor were you just learning about making the right measurements, the importance of correct temperature, proper procedure and observation, as Luis also learned in his pineapple jam experiment. You were learning how to ask questions. Why does this happen? How does this work? What if we try something different? Science teaches us curiosity. It reminds us that learning begins not with answers, but with the courage to ask why. In both math and science, as in others, you were also learning something just as important: creativity. Because in math and science, there's often more than one way to arrive at the right answer. You were learning to look at problems from different angles, to try different approaches, and to trust your own way of thinking. Math and science remind us that problems are not meant to stop us, but to be explored, understood, and solved, and sometimes in ways that are uniquely our own. In life, the same holds true. You will face many challenges, and often there will be more than one path forward. What matters most is that you keep thinking, keep trying, and never stop looking for a better way. When you practiced reading and language, you were not just learning words or grammar. You were learning how to understand others, how to express your thoughts, and how to listen with care. You were discovering that words carry power, the power to connect, inspire, comfort, and lead. In the case of Miss Elaine Ramos, reading not only gave her self-confidence, it helped her to focus, improved her communication skills, comprehension and grammar, and more importantly, taught her values and life lessons, such as honesty, kindness, forgiveness, empathy, and compassion. For Miss Beduya, history and Araling Panlipunan not only helped her discover how precious freedom really is and the sacrifice needed to achieve it, it taught her that leadership truly matters. Because every choice, especially of our leaders, carries with it consequences. This encouraged her to lead with integrity, serve with compassion, and act with courage. It also encouraged her to ask herself, what can I do for my country? I hope the others too were drawn not only to asking the same question, but also to acting in your own little ways to help your family, your community, and maybe later on, the country. When you learned about values, you were not simply being told what is right and wrong. You were learning how to live. You were learning that honesty matters, that kindness matters, that respect matters, and that who you are deep inside will always be more important than any award, grade, or recognition. And beyond these subjects, there is something even more important to remember. Every subject you studied here in JASMS, whether it was math, science, language, or reading, history, or Araling Panlipunan, the arts, or even your daily interactions in class, was never just about the subject itself. Each one was teaching you something about life in a uniquely JASMS way. They were teaching you how to think, how to ask questions, how to solve problems, how to work with others, how to lead, how to understand the world around you. They were teaching you how to be curious in the face of the unknown, how to persevere when things are difficult, how to listen and communicate, and how to respect different ideas and perspectives. In the case of Rio, JASMS taught her about leadership, among other things. It taught her that leadership can be both inborn or developed, that one leader can inspire another to grow. True leadership is kindness in action, while it is also listening to others' ideas and understanding their perspectives. More so, that leadership does not mean doing everything alone. You don't have to do everything on yourself. But sharing responsibility, nor is it about control, but rather guiding others and helping them grow. For Likha Capistrano, JASMS taught her that every single one of you has a spark within you, a potential not yet fully released. Her years in JASMS and her teachers taught her about the importance of communication, being kind and respectful to others, being a good sport, even though she doesn't get what she wants, and about persevering and being resilient, even when things are difficult. In many ways, school was not just preparing you for the next level of education. It was preparing you for life. So as you move forward to the next stage of your journey, carry these lessons with you. Be curious. Do not be afraid to ask questions, even when others are silent. The world needs people who want to understand, not simply to accept. Love the search for the truth. Do not settle for easy answers. Take the time to think, to reflect, and to learn. Think critically. Not everything you see or hear will be true, especially nowadays in social media. Learn to ask, is this right? Is this good? And is this helpful? Strive to improve. Mistakes are inevitable and are part of the learning process. What truly matters is your willingness to learn and move forward. Live with integrity. Do what is right, even when it is difficult, even when no one is watching. Lead with empathy and compassion. Be kind, be patient. Try to understand others, especially when they are different from you. Because as Alex Valenciano reminded all of us, and thank you, Alex, for reminding us, being different does not make you less. We can be different, yet still be equal. And always carry a heart for service. Let your talents be a blessing not only to yourself, but to your family, your school, your community, and one day to your country. Dear graduates, the world you're entering holds many possibilities, yet it also brings challenges and moments of uncertainty. It will need people who are not only intelligent, but also good. People who are not only capable, but also caring. People who are not only successful, but also willing to serve. And we believe that you can be those people because of what you have learned here, because of the values that have been planted in you, and because of the community that has helped shape you. As you move up to junior high school and take your next steps, remember this. You're not leaving the lessons of elementary school behind. You're building on everything it has given you. You carry with you more knowledge. You're cultivating a way of thinking, a way of living and learning, and a way of seeing the world. As you continue your journey, take the time to deepen and strengthen these values. Be even more curious, be even more courageous, and importantly, be even more kind. Grow in your understanding, in your character, and in your desire to serve others. And no matter how far you go, never forget where you started, because it is here in JASMS, in the school you love the best, that the foundation of who you are has been built. Once again, congratulations to our grade 6 graduates. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we are excited to see the kind of people you will become. May you continue to learn, to grow, and to serve. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez. To recognize the loyalty and dedication of our students, may we invite Mr. Alfredo Jose B. Reyes, assisted by Ms. Diana Cynthia G. Gutierrez, to award the loyalty medals.
The following students have been in JASMS since grade 1. Riley Miguel Urbano. Adriel Elaine Clara Feliz G. Tamayo. Congratulations, children. In JASMS since senior kindergarten, Kalel Christian J. Cuenca. Ethan James S. Gadi. Likha Maria M. Capistrano. Congratulations, children. In JASMS since junior kindergarten, our true-blooded JASMite, Luis Rafael D. Semefrania.
Congratulations to our loyalty awardees. Thank you, VP Freddy Reyes and Teacher Diane. To honor the outstanding achievements and contributions of our students to school life, we now proceed with the presentation of awards. May we now call on Mr. Marco Alfredo M. Benitez and Ms. Diane Gutierrez to award the medals and certificates assisted by the Grade 6 advisor.
As I call on the names of the children, may I request the parents to also please come up the stage. Likha Maria M. Capistrano. Cited for outstanding leadership, harnessing student power, igniting teamwork, and strategically coordinating resources as a driving force in the Student Council organization for 1 year. Rosario Carmencita R. Mendoza. Cited for outstanding leadership, harnessing student power, igniting teamwork, and strategically coordinating resources as the assistant environmentalist for the Student Council organization for the past 2 years. Congratulations. Next, may we call on Ms. Pia Rivera Mendoza. appreciation of your unwavering support, guidance, and inspiration as our distinguished parent guest of honor for grade 6 graduation. Your presence and words of wisdom have left a lasting impact on our graduating class, marking an important milestone in their journey. Your contributions and commitment continue to inspire future generations. With heartfelt gratitude, we honor your valuable role in this celebration. Next, may we call on Attorney Valerie Ann D. Gonzalez. Mr. J.V. Valenciano. And Mrs. Laarni Valenciano. In grateful recognition of your unwavering support, generosity, and dedication to our feeding program, your willingness to lend a helping hand, take time to assist in cooking, and contribute to the preparation has made a meaningful impact on the success of our feeding program. Your kindness and commitment to the well-being of our students exemplify the true spirit of community and compassion. Thank you very much. Mrs. Carla Marie Manaloto. Mrs. Minerva E. Urbano. Mrs. Pia Rivera Mendoza. Mr. Edgardo Casilag II. And Ms. Cecil Casilag. In grateful appreciation of your invaluable leadership and wholehearted support during the Salo-Salo held last April 2026, following the Thanksgiving Mass, your dedication, organization, and generosity helped create a warm and meaningful celebration to everyone. Many thanks from the JASMS community. For our scholastic awards, the following students are graduating with honor in all the learning areas, exhibiting commendable behavior toward others and diligence in service. May we call on Gabriela Marie D. Beduya. Congratulations. Likha Marie M. Capistrano. Congratulations. Luis Rafael D. Semefrania. Congratulations. Unica Victoria Loren B. Decena. Congratulations. Ethan James S. Gadi. Congratulations. Rosario Carmencita R. Mendoza. Congratulations. Adriel Elaine I. Ramos. Congratulations. Last but not the least, Riley Miguel E. Urbano.
Congratulations, grade 6. Thank you, Mr. Benitez and Ms. Gutierrez. To lead us in the pasasalamat, may we call on Ethan James S. Gadi.
Sa aming minamahal namang magulang, sa Pangulo ng Universidad na si Mr. Marco Alfredo Benitez, sa pangalawang Pangulo para sa Ugnayan Akademiko at Chancellor na si Dr. Felina Yang, sa aming punong guro na si Teacher Diana Cynthia Gutierrez, sa aming tagapayo sa ika-6 na baitang na si Teacher Emmy Silvano. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Sa araw na ito ng aming pagtatapos ay nais naming ialay ang aming taos-pusong pasasalamat. Sa loob ng maraming taon naming paglalakbay sa Jose Abad Santos Memorial School, hindi lamang po kami kaalaman ang aming natutunan. Dito rin nahubog ang aming pagkatao, pangarap at tiwala sa sarili. Mula pa noong kami ay preschooler at unang tumuntong sa paaralang ito, unti-unti ninyo kaming hinubog. Marahil ay hindi sapat ang mga salita upang maipahayag ang lahat ng aming nararamdaman. Ngunit buong puso naming sasabihin, maraming salamat po. Una sa aming administrador, sa aming principal na si Teacher Diana Gutierrez, sa aming coordinator na si Sir Mark Paul Fulgencio, at sa aming registrar na si Teacher Tina Candelaria. Maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay sa amin pagkakataong maging bahagi ng JASMS. Tinanggap ninyo kami ng buong puso, pinalakas ang aming loob, at pinaniwala na kaya naming abutin ang aming pangarap. Pangalawa, sa aming pinakamamahal na mga guro, hindi lamang po kayo nagturo ng Math, Science, English o Filipino, tinuruan ninyo kaming maging responsable, maging matatag, at maging mabuting tao. Kayo ang naging gabay namin sa bawat proyekto, sa bawat pagkakamali, at sa bawat tagumpay. Tinuruan ninyo kaming mag-isip, magdesisyon, at mangarap ng mas taas. Kahit minsan kami makulit, hindi ninyo kaming pinagsawaan. Sa halip, mas pinalawak pa ninyo ang inyong pasensya at pag-unawa. Ang tiwala sa sarili na taglay namin ngayon ay bunga ng inyong walang sawang paggabay. Sa aming school nurse at school doctor, maraming salamat po sa pag-aalaga sa amin. Sa tuwing kami may nararamdaman, dahil sa inyo, natutunan din naming pahalagahan ang aming kalugsugan. Sa aming mga librarian, salamat sa pagbubukas ng mundo ng kaalaman sa pamamagitan ng mga aklat. Dahil sa inyo, mas lalo naming minahal ang pagbabasa at pagsasaliksik. Sa aming mga masisipag na maintenance staff, security guard at canteen personnel, maraming salamat po. Kayo ang tahimik na bayani ng aming paaralan. Dahil sa inyo, naging ligtas, malinis at masaya ang aming pangaraw-araw na pagpasok. Ang inyong kabutihan at malasakit ay hindi namin makakalimutan. At syempre, sa aming pinakamamahal na pamilya, kayo ang aming unang guro, unang taga-suporta at unang naniniwala sa aming kayakahan. Sa aming mami at daddy at lolo at lola at sa lahat nagtataguyod sa aming pag-aaral. Ang tagumpay na ito ay hindi lamang sa amin, kundi para sa inyo. Kung maari po magsitayo ang aming mga magulang upang maibigay namin ang isang mainit na palakpakan bilang simbolo ng aming walang hanggang pasasalamat. Maraming salamat po. Mahal na mahal po namin kayo. Sa aking mga kamag-aral, narito tayo ngayon hindi lamang bilang magtatapos, kundi bilang mga batang minsang nangarap at nagsikap. Ang pagtatapos na ito, hindi katapusan, kundi simula ng panibagong yugto ng ating buhay. Dalhin natin ng mga aral, pagpapahalaga at alaala mula sa JASMS, saan man tayo dalhin ng ating mga pangarap. Sa huli, ang araw na ito ay patunay na kapag may tiyaga, suporta at pananampalataya, walang imposible. Patuloy tayong magpasalamat, patuloy tayong mangarap at patuloy tayong magsikap. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang batch ng Grade 6 2026.
To lead the graduates in the Pledge of Loyalty to the Philippine Women's University, may we call on Ms. Ruth A. Peñano, the Director of the PW Alumni Relations and Development Office. May we also request all PW JASMS alumni in the audience to please rise and join in the Pledge of Loyalty.
Please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. Pledge of loyalty to Alma Mater. With deep faith in my God and gratitude to the Philippine Women's University who gave birth to JASMS, I pledge on this solemn occasion to continue my support and loyalty in good times and in bad, for the growth of PWU JASMS, to ensure it will flourish and to remain steadfast to the ideals and teachings of my alma mater. Proud of my educational heritage, I will be conscious of God's presence every day of my life. I will exemplify the desirable Filipino values, personal integrity, leadership, the virtues of family solidarity, and service to the community as my contribution to a stronger nation and the transformation of the world through a culture of peace. So help me God. Congratulations, graduates of grade 6, class of 2026. Welcome to the Philippine Women's University PWU Alumni Association.
Thank you, Ms. Peñano. May we request everyone to rise for the singing of the JASM song and the university hymn, led by Clara Feliz G. Tamayo and Lucas Gian de Leon.
am MC Aldre Roy J. Medina.
And I'm Amalia Feliz R. Mendoza, your MC for today's ceremonies. We thank you all for joining us in this special celebration. Your presence has made this day even more memorable. Wishing everyone a wonderful day. Please all stand for the recessional. Retreat the colors.
Photo opportunity. Okay, let's have our photo opportunity. Stay. Congratulations, grade 6. Girls